Alright, so I'm gonna actually just open up a picture. So I'll go into add, insert a photo. These are things from the last couple videos I did. Let's see, what do I want to use? Let's use this one, which I ended up making for my thumbnail for my chalkboard video. And it's not going to be exactly the right size, but that's fine. But anyway, so you can insert a picture into your art here, and then what you can do is make another layer on top. Let's change the color to a white. Also, if you double tap near the white, it'll automatically go to true white. So I'm gonna turn this a little bit. Yeah, I think I put holiday chalkboards here. Let me just, so you can write on top of the picture, but then it's on a different layer. So even if you mess it up, you won't end up erasing the picture. You'll just erase, like for instance, let's say, oops, I didn't want that to go all the way over there. So you can erase it and it's not gonna erase the picture behind it. Also, you can undo, but if I were to accidentally draw on here, and I tried to erase, it's going to erase the entire thing, which I don't want to do. And that's because I was painting on the layer that has the picture. Now I'm painting on the one that's on top. I'm just doing this real quick. I would have spent more time on it if I was actually doing it. Oops, no, I don't want that. But anyway, just to give you an idea. So that's something you can do. So you can use it to like kind of make a mock-up if you wanted to. So let's say you wanted to paint on, you know, my front window. I don't have a picture available right now of my front window, like empty. But if I wanted to kind of plan out a mural that I wanted to put up there, I could put the picture here, and I've done this, by the way. I could put the picture here and then kind of draw what I want and see like how it would go together and if it would, you know, look good or whatever ahead of time. Or if you're doing it for like a client or something, you could ask them to send you a picture of their window or whatever you're doing, and then you could send them like a mock-up. This is what I would do, like a concept kind of thing. So that's a useful, you know, adaptation of using this. Other things I've done, like working with the grid in the drawing guide. Let me bring that back up with the 2D grid. That's gonna, so just to say, let's see, let me take this back real quick. I've done this a lot instead of using regular graph paper. I mean, there's times where I'd rather use regular graph paper because sometimes writing it out and having like pieces of paper I can reference instead of having to have my iPad is better. But this way I don't waste as much paper, so it's a trade-off. But if I'm planning something out, you know, I'll measure the thing and then I will make a scale on here with the squares, and then, you know, I'll draw it out, make sure that everything, you know, looks proportional with the layout and everything right on here, which is nice. So that's something I do very often on here. And other things I've done, like if you've seen, let me go back to adding a photo. I can kind of show you some of the things I've done. So I told you that thing that we just brought in, the holiday chalkboard signage, that was a thumbnail I made for my video. I don't make all of them in here, but sometimes I use either or and Procreate or Canva, or Procreate and Canva to make my thumbnails. And this isn't the correct size, but this is the one I made, you know, for this channel, for the chalkboard, and I did that right here in Procreate. So I brought that picture in, and then I drew on the chalkboard on here, so then kind of made it look like chalk or whatever. So that's something you can do. Let me actually go back to photo again, show you if there's something else I can find in here that was something I did, like the well, the Christmas cards I made this year, I made in here, and then I brought them into Canva and I printed them. The mural for the pantry I started in here, I did the lettering in here, and then I transferred it over. I think I've gotten rid of some things since then, but here's a concept I made where I took a picture of the wall and then I put my lettering over it to see how it would look, and it turned out pretty similar to that, which is kind of cool. Is that all I have that I can show you? Probably, because I think, like I said, I took some things out. But, you know, when I did the envelope class video, I just took pictures of the envelopes and then I made different layers, and then I wrote, you know, the addresses, or I moved them around or whatever each time. So that's something I did in here. Let's see if there's something else that I did. You know, I did more thumbnails in here, like these. Like I did Assistant Chaz in here too, but this was Assistant Otto, if you remember from the Halloween video from 2021, where Otto was in one of my assistants in my video, and she's not around anymore. That's why there's a halo above her. But I made this, you know, in here, and then I just uploaded it, and I saved it as a PNG, and then I just brought it into my computer, and then I just put it in my videos whenever I need it, except I don't need this one very often because she's not in my videos anymore. But just to give you an idea of some of the things I've done in here, for the Halloween, which one? The Halloween projects video, what was it called? Kind of miscellaneous Halloween video that I had, and I made those, I made those treat signs. I made these stamp brushes in here in Procreate, which is something I'm going to show you how to do in a different video. But, you know, to just stamp around the thing, I think I deleted all those pictures because I didn't need them anymore. But maybe I'll put one in. What I did was, you know, make a Halloween orange border, and then I stamped, you know, I used the pencil to stamp my little designs around there, my little Halloween designs around the border. So that's something I did here. Okay, with this project here, I actually started with a sketch on a piece of paper, took a picture of the piece of paper, uploaded it into Procreate, and then I traced over it, and then I, you know, took whatever I had from the tracing and kind of continued to conceptualize what I wanted it to look like. And it took a while, as you see. It's actually, I'll show you what I did with it, but I made this for my sister when she got engaged. I made her a sweatshirt, and I'm going to take, when I'm done, you're going to see, I'm going to take it and bring it into Cricut Design Space. I don't have a video of that part, but then I have a video of when I cut it actually, and Assistant Chaz is helping me. You'll see in a minute. And then I put it on, you know, a sweatshirt. So there it is before I put the heat press on it, and there it is completed. And then this next thing is just a drawing I made for a card for someone, for two people who got married. So I make a lot of homemade cards now. I rarely, if ever, buy any cards. And this is an example of using the symmetry tool. I'll probably do a project where I show you kind of how to do this. And then this last thing is a Christmas card that I started for this year, because I made a few, if you watched my videos. But I didn't actually finish this one, so I'm going to finish this for this year, this year, later this year. And I'm planning on all of my Christmas cards being as part of in my shop, so eventually that you can buy. But this is going to be, I'm going to be adding lights to the little string that I put around the letters, and I still have to do that. But this, I did this all in Procreate,